Trump dummy, Trump dummy, Trump dummy. Welcome, everyone. Let's get this thing going. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before we start. I see Betsy. Hey, Betsy, how you doing? Betsy Christian, really appreciate you joining us. I see Dianne Stein.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. How you doing?
Okay.
How's this day treating you today?
Fair.
Fair, that'll work, right? That's fair. You're not being cheated.
Fair to Midland. Fair is better than bad.
Right, absolutely. Any day of the week, right?
Correct. I'm breathing.
You're breathing and thankful and grateful, that's where it starts.
That's true.
I see Albert. What's going on, Albert? How you doing today, sir?
Good. It helps to have the right link, right?
Hey, that's right. So you mean to tell me the AIGlobalLegends.info wasn't working?
Nope, it has the ending of 519 or whatever, and this is the longer one that you have in that advertisement. I don't know, you've changed it or something.
Okay, well, thank you for telling me that because
yep. Yeah, this one, let me see, ends in 0946, and the AI Global Legends ends in a different set of numbers. Let's see. Messenger, go to here. And if we go to here, this one ends in 3159.
Me, man. The AI Global Legends is working. Something is tripping on your end. I'm in.
No, it's 3159. 3159 is the end of the AI Global Legends.info.
Well, I'm telling you this right here, right now. I've just clicked in on there, and I'm getting ready to come in twice with AI Global Legends link. See? Boom.
Nope.
So I don't know, man. Something is trickery going on. But either way, you're in here. I'm in here twice. So hello to myself, and then hello to you too. Well, hey guys, we got some powerful information to share with you guys. Today, we got a new title for today that Michael Dyamond selected. It's called Big Enough to Do It, right? So
gotta do it.
Big enough to do it, and everyone here is definitely big enough to do it. That's for sure, right? So, we put this program together probably about 6 months ago. For those of you that's new, and this is basically a mindset, motivational power hour with my good friend, Mr. Michael Dyamond. And, his goal here is to help, put your mind back in the balance and, help you push through the week and give you some inspiration. So, you're not just going through your day, without a team support, and you can have that foundation that we have, how we're listening to motivation, listening to inspiration, and different quotes and books and reading books, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, all these things that we do to help build up ourselves, right? Help build up our mindset, our skill set. So we dedicated Thursday at 3:00 Pacific Standard Time, to, motivate ourselves, inspire ourselves. And we have different speakers coming in. Right now, we're on the Diamond series with Mr. Michael Dyamond. And for those of you that don't know Michael Dyamond, he's an international speaker, master sales trainer, expert at personal development. I actually known this guy over 20 years. We were in the insurance business together. He was the top insurance agent. Even when he came into my office, he turned out to be the top, right? And then, any other businesses or $1 million companies that we work for, this guy's always shattered records and breaking the norm, So I want to bring this guy together with you guys, and so he can share some of his wisdom, some of his knowledge to help, open your mind and help you think a little bit on what's new and what you can do to improve yourself, right? So without any further ado, I want to bring on my friend, Mr. Michael Dyamond. Dyamond, are you there?
I'm here, Mansa Jamil. I'm here.
Awesome. Great. Now let's see you. We see the diamond drop, but where's Diamond?
That usually helps.
There you go.
That usually helps. All right.
What's going on, Diamond? How you doing today?
Fantastic. Okay, Mansa Jamil, thank you so much for that introduction. I just want to say to everyone, I'm really excited. It's my honor, it's my privilege to meet with you guys today. And I just want to start out by saying, Mansa Jamil, you're at the right place at the right time. We did a series entitled that the T in timing is bigger than the T in talent. And you're with the right person at the right time to accentuate your growth, to aid you. Mansa Jamil is a man of character and integrity, so you can trust him. He's a very unselfish individual. And when you partner with Mansa Jamil, I truly believe that partnership is truly an essential part of success. It's not always what you do, but who you do it with has a huge percentage to do with the chemistry and the energy that you connect with. Just like quantum energy, it's important to be with the right energy. Mansa Jamil is a man of character, integrity. I've known him for 21 years. He's never lied to me. He's never deceived me. He's always been punctual, honest. And when he gets involved with anyone, you can trust that he's going to give you his best. So Mansa Jamil, it's my honor. And as I shared with you, I'm excited about this title. Now, I've been in business, corporate America, for over 40 years. And as Mansa Jamil said, I've been the #1 top producer in 3 multi-million-dollar corporations, the #1 top producer in 3 multi-billion-dollar corporations. And I know corporate infrastructure in and out. And I've been doing motivational speaking now for over 35 years in corporate America, helping people transform their lives. And as you notice, I use the word transformation because I'm not a real component of change. You know, we change our diet, we change our clothes, and we keep changing them back and forth. I'm a component, I'm a believer in transformation. Like the caterpillar, when the caterpillar crawls over all of his terrain and finally fixes himself into a cocoon, and he comes out a beautiful butterfly soaring over all his circumstances, he never goes back to being a caterpillar. And that's what we're going to accomplish today. My objective when I work with you is to make sure that you never go back to being a caterpillar in any area of your life, that you fully transform into being that beautiful butterfly to soar over all your circumstances. So as I sat and spent time with God regarding what I would share with you guys today, the title that I came up with is, You're Big Enough to Do It. Big enough to do it. You know, when I think about being big enough to do it, it makes me think about a story of Michael Dell. You know, Michael Dell of Dell Incorporated and Dell Computers. Michael Dell was 19 years old, a med school student in his dorm when he started Dell Enterprise. Michael Dell got into a situation like most of us. Michael Dell was a dreamer, like maybe you're a dreamer. Michael Dell believed that he was going to create a company that would revolutionize the computer industry and that he would create a niche for himself that would transform the market. Like maybe you have some aspirations to transform a niche in your market. Maybe you have aspirations to transform your family and transform your finances. And maybe you're looking to maybe shatter through your glass ceiling and accomplish some things that you've never accomplished before. And that's what Michael Dell was about. Michael Dell was noted for saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. In fact, Michael Dell ran into some tough times in his development of his corporation, and it got to the point where Michael Dell had to borrow $1,000 from his family. You know, we all get to that prism, that bridge in life where we need help. And I really believe that quantum energy, quantum physics, quantum energy, along with Mansa Jamil, is that link to help you with that quantum leap. Michael Dell, he wouldn't give up. Michael Dell was noted that he got his back against the wall. There were several times that he looked forward to maybe, quitting it. Maybe it seemed like it was too hard, but Michael Dell said, I can do this thing. I can make this happen. In essence, what he was saying is, I'm big enough to do it. And I want you to know today that you're big enough to accomplish whatever it is that you set your heart to accomplish. I want you to remember this. I want you to remember the fact that you are invincible, that you're unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. You are a winner, and you are big enough to do it. I want you to remember that no matter what you face, that you will overcome your obstacles. Michael Dell took it on. He borrowed that $1,000, and the rest of it was history. Michael Dell worked vigilantly, diligently to accomplish his dreams, just like maybe you're doing. But I want you to understand that quitters never win and winners never quit. And Michael Dell, he refused to give up, but he was faced with insurmountable odds, almost like our nation is right now. We're in some very tumultuous times, some very challenging times, and it's very easy to be down on yourself. It's very easy to adopt the spirit of fear. It's very easy to get incorporated with all the negativity that the media is giving us. We're in the middle of the worst pandemic that we've seen in 100 years. Many people, millions of people have lost their jobs. Millions of people are losing their homes, can't afford to pay rent. And it's a really tough time with people. So people need to believe now. People are looking, and you are that light. You are that symbol of excellence, because you are representing a new technology and you're representing a new concept and a new idea. And I just want you to know that I'm proud of you. I do what I do not for any financial gain. I do what I do because I remember what it was like for me. And I remember every day what it's like to be so broke you can't pay attention, or to be in a corporation and really wanting to be number one and not really knowing how, really not knowing how to bring out the best in me. But I want you to know, as a champion, you're big enough to do it. You're big enough to accomplish your dreams. There's beauty inside you that you haven't tapped into yet. So I just want you to keep moving forward, keep striving, keep being your best, and know that if you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. That has become a mantra. If you can see the invisible, you can do the impossible. You know, I just want you to understand that there's another story that I like that really inspires me. And it's a story about Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister was the guy who broke the 4-minute mile. Back in 1956, Roger Bannister was the first guy to run the mile, the 4-minute mile, under 4 minutes. And it was believed before Roger Bannister that if any human being ran the mile under 4 minutes, that they would die, that it was just impossible, that no one could actually do it. And maybe you're faced with circumstances like that today. Maybe your situation seems insurmountable. Maybe your situation or your internal conversation is fighting. You're constantly fighting with negativity in your mind about can you and will you? Can you be able to accomplish this? Can you make this happen? Well, Roger Bannister was unstoppable. Roger Bannister was a champion in his spirit, and Roger Bannister was big enough to do it. Roger Bannister committed to himself that he would run the mile under 4 minutes. It was noted that Roger Bannister refused to listen to all the statistics about it being impossible. And I want you to think about your situation, whatever your situation is, and I want you to know that it's possible. I want you to say this with me. I want you to say this with me, that it's possible. Say that with me. It's possible. I want you to unmute for a second.
Possible.
It's
Very
possible.
possible.
Say that
It's
with me.
possible.
It's possible. Get that in your spirit. I want you to say it with some
Possible.
gumption. It's possible.
It's
Because
more than
possible.
possible. It's determined. Success
Before,
rate.
Roger Bannister said it's possible.
Yes,
Say
sir.
it again. It's possible.
It is
It's
possible.
possible.
Right. Say it's
Está posible.
Say it with your chest.
possible that I can live my dream.
Posible.
That I can live my dream. It's possible.
That's right. That's right. All right. I want you to mute back up. Mute back up. But in 1954, I said 56, excuse me. In 1954, Roger Bannister broke the record and ran the mile under 4 minutes. And then in that same year, some 60, 70 people ran the mile under 4 minutes. What happened? What happened? Was there some sort of radio action going on? Was there some sort of, no, what happened was they realized it was possible. So whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is you aspire to, I want you to map out, find out people that are accomplishing what it is that you're accomplishing, just like those that wanted to run the mile under 4 minutes, like Roger Bannister. In that same year, some 60, 70 people ran the mile under 4 minutes. Was it their tennis shoes? Was it something in the Kool-Aid? No. It was that they knew in their mind that it was possible. And once you realize that it's possible, nothing is impossible for you. So I want you to think about what it is you look to aspire, what it is you want to accomplish. And I want you to think about it in your mind's eye. I want you to see that vision in your mind's eye of what it is you want to accomplish. Even when it comes down to you losing weight or gaining weight or earning more income, or whatever it is that you want, that house that you want to accomplish, that debt you want to pay off, whatever it is that you aspire to, I want you to know that it's possible. And I want you to understand that I want you to write down these affirmations, or make sure that you write them down in this recording, okay? And that is that I am able to create my own reality. I am the creator of my own reality. I am the creator of my own reality. See, what I shared with you before is that your subconscious mind does not distinguish between lie or truth. Whatever you're saying, your subconscious mind is believing it and taking it as reality. So you have to remember that you are the creator of your own reality. You are creating your own reality. You have to remember that everything you say, you're making an appointment to be wherever it is you want to be. So remember that I am the creator of my own reality. Also, another one, I have the ability to create and achieve whatever I desire. I have the ability to create and achieve whatever I desire. I have the ability to create and achieve whatever I desire. And I want you to, when you write these down, I want you to make a commitment to saying them so that your subconscious hears them and your subconscious will begin to act on it. I want you to understand this truth. The computer was a cheap duplication of the brain. That's where Windows came from. I want you to think about, there's times when you're thinking about one subject matter and something else is going on in your mind, and you've got something else on your mind. You've got 3 or 4 things on your mind at the same time. That's where Windows came from. And they just amplified it, okay? And the keyboard is your mouth. I want you to think about the computer as a duplication of your mind and your body. So the keyboard would be your mouth. When you type in, when you're on Google and you type in, search for 1972 Chevy Savells, you don't have to dance. You don't have to do the Running Man. You don't have to do the stanky, like, you don't have to do no crazy dances. All you got to do is sit back and let the computer do the work. That's the way your subconscious mind is. The moment you speak it, your subconscious mind's fiduciary responsibility is to search out, put you at the right place at the right time, to meet the right people, to bring the right circumstances to fruition for you. That's your subconscious responsibility. That's why when some people constantly say, oh, I'm so silly, I'm so clumsy, I'm so stupid, oh girl, I'm so fat. Every time I eat, my food just goes right. Every time I eat, I gain 15 pounds. Girl, I can't help it. And you see that people that typically say that are out of shape. You've got to learn to understand that your mouth, you have to control your mouth. You have to remember, like a ship, your mouth is the rudder, and a rudder controls an 80-ton ship, a small rudder, and that's the way your mouth is. So you got to understand that. You got to tap into that and start getting cognizant of that in your life. So again, I am the creator of my own reality. I have the ability to create and achieve whatever I desire. I have the ability to access powers within me, and I can create whatever I dream possible. I have the ability to access powers within me that I never dreamed possible. I have the ability to access powers within me that I never dreamed possible. You are more powerful than you realize. And I want you to understand that. When I started running, I worked for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and I sat next to a guy that was earning $20,000 a month. And my check was about $4,000 a month. And I said, this is a quandrum. This is a riddle wrapped into an enigma. This is impossible for me to sit right next to a guy who's earning $20,000 a month and I'm earning $4,000 a month. This is something that I can't tolerate. So I learned to study this guy. I studied this guy, and I realized that with success, success leaves riddles, success leaves cookies, success leaves trails. So I want you to know that whatever success Mansa Jamil is achieving, you can achieve. Study him, pick his brain, duplicate what he's doing. You may tweak it a little, but duplicate what Mansa Jamil is doing and you'll achieve what he's doing. And even higher, you have the ability to even shatter through his accomplishments. Well, it wasn't long before I dethroned him and become the #1 top producer in that multi-million-dollar corporation. But I do remember when I was earning $569.69 every 2 weeks and raising 4 kids. I was raising 4 kids and earning $569.69 every 2 weeks. My rent at the time was $625. So I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. But I kept telling people, I don't earn less than $10,000 a month. I don't earn less than $10,000 a month. And it wasn't long before my subconscious mind put me at the right place at the right time to meet the right people to transform and shatter through my glass ceiling. So I want you to incorporate that system in your life. I want you to incorporate that principle in your life. I want you to realize that whatever you are saying, you can transform your world. Muhammad Ali said, don't quit. Don't quit. Pay the price now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Think about whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish and remember that you're big enough to do it. You're big enough to live your dream. You're big enough to shatter through your glass ceiling. You're big enough to accomplish the things that you set to accomplish. You are a champion, you are a winner, and you're big enough to do it. I want you to understand that. I want you to write this one down. I am a masterpiece. I am a priceless masterpiece. You know, I heard this story once about a guy who purchased a racehorse that won in the Kentucky Derby. He spent $175 million. This was a cheap price he paid back then. He paid $175 million to buy this horse. And I want you to think, if you owned a horse that was worth $175 million, would you just let that horse eat anything, drink beer, eat hamburgers, eat a bunch of potato chips, hang out, sit on the sofa, don't work out, don't run the horse, let the horse just lay out under the trees, treat the horse, let it sleep out in the rain, treat the horse any kind of way? You have to understand that you are a masterpiece. You are worth more than $175 million. Michael Dell, after he shattered through his glass ceiling and made the declaration that I'm big enough to do it, Michael Dell now is worth $27.2 billion. $27.2 billion. He took $1,000 that he borrowed from his mom and dad, and now he's worth $27.2 billion. I want you to know that you're big enough to do it. Like Roger Bannister that shattered through his glass ceiling. You're big enough to do it. You can do this. You can make this happen. And whatever it is you're looking to accomplish, I want you to understand the reason why we deal with so much negativity. You see, in the mind, we think 60 to 80,000 words, 80,000 thoughts a day. 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And of those thoughts, 80% of them are negative. 80% of our thoughts are negative because negative experiences burn yourself into your subconscious. And without you even being conscious of it, so you have a tendency to just be negative anyway. That's why most people are negative. And if you Google this information, you'll see that we think 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And of those thoughts, 80% of them are negative. And here's the caveat. 95% of those thoughts are recycled thoughts. So what you have to do, being cognizant of that, being aware of the fact that 80% of your thoughts have a tendency to be negative and 95% of your thoughts are recycled, you have 5% there. You have a 5% window to feed your brain positive thoughts, positive affirmations, so that you can get them into rotation. Almost like the guy that's dropping a new song and he wants to get on rotation on the radio station. He wants to get on 102.5 or 103.7 or whatever your radio station is, numbers that come to your mind. He wants to get his song in rotation. The way you get powerful thoughts in the rotation of your mind is repeating, setting aside a time in your day to commit to positive affirmations so that you get those thoughts in your cycle of thinking. Because if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So you've got to make a commitment. You've got to make a commitment that I'm going to flood that 5% of my mind with positive affirmations. You know, one that I shared with you before, because I've run so many corporations and had so many businesses and so many business partners, it's imperative for me to speak the right words at the right time. And one that I shared with you before is apropos at this point because you're big enough to do it. And one of those things is I say to myself is, I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. You see, it's essential because it's so important that we speak the right words. In fact, it's so powerful. Proverbs 25:11 says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. A word, Proverbs 25:11 says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. You know, we've all had experiences where we've said the wrong thing and we could just see the countenance on somebody's face, the countenance where their face just goes sad, or they start crying, or you break up in a relationship, or the deal falls apart, or you're not able to help this family because you simply said the wrong word and you had the wrong motives, or you said the wrong thing to your children and now you guys don't talk, or a relative said something to you and you said, how dare you say that to me? So it's essential that you start practicing speaking the right words at the right time. And the way you'll accomplish that is if you say it. So I want you to write that one down. I'm speaking the right words at the right time to be effective and super successful in every area of my life. I want you to understand that you are a direct extension. You see, there's nothing wrong with you. You have the ability to accomplish your dreams. You are big enough to do it. You are big enough to accomplish your dreams. You're big enough to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth, and take what belongs to you. You know, this reminds me of a story when my mom was dying. My mom died of cancer, and it was a tough time for me, guys. It was really a tough time. And part of when I started training and developing, I do this because it's my way of giving back. It's my way of giving back. Our corporation has a vision of reaching 1 billion young lives through love, reaching 1 billion young lives through love, hope, and encouragement. And this is my way of giving back. And one of the things when my mom was dying of cancer, I'll never forget, I had my first contract with NBC. NBC had sent me to Mexico and we had come back, and you know, I really spoiled my mom. I really did everything I could. I mean, I was kind of like a mom's guy. I mean, I always brought her flowers, tried to take care of her. But when she was dying of cancer, I'll never forget, I was sitting by her bedside and I was reading her scriptures. And she used to tell me, Michael, I love it when you read me scriptures. I really love it. Thank you for it. And she was sitting there and I was reading scriptures to her and we were laughing and I was telling her about what I wanted to accomplish. And I'll be honest with you, I really didn't know if I could do it at the time. I really didn't. I was telling her, you know, Mom, I have all these aspirations. You know, I've got my first contract with NBC. I don't really know how things are going to work it out. And I never forget her telling me, Michael, the world steps aside for a man that knows what he wants. The world steps aside for a person that knows what he or she wants. What do you want? Your mind works on pictures. If I say giraffe, your mind automatically sees a giraffe. If I say an old school Chevy, your mind will shift through your mental Rolodex and pull out an old school Chevy. If I say a hog or a Harley, your mind will shift through with a Harley with big handlebars. Your mind works on pictures. So what picture do you have for your success? What picture do you have? What picture have you created? You've got to create a picture for what your success looks like. You gotta have a picture for what income you want. You have to have a picture for what your body wants, what you want your body to look like. You have to remember that you're big enough to do it and you can speak your reality into existence. And I'll never forget, my mom and I were laughing and she tried to sit up in the bed and her gown slipped off and she was like skin and bones. And it really hurt me. And I never forget, I broke down and I started to cry. It was really hurting to me. And I said to myself then, and she said, "It's okay, baby. It's Mom's turn. I'm transitioning and it's okay." She said, "Michael, you can do this. You're big enough to do it, baby. You can do this for the family. You can get this done." And I want you to know that infused me with power. As I continued to read scriptures to her and I continued to be there for her and I continued to love on her, I made a commitment at that point that I would recite that to myself, that I'm big enough to do it. I am big enough to do it. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm big enough to do it. And I want you to understand that you're big enough to do it. In every fiber of your body while you're alive and you're here, you're big enough to transform your world. You're strong enough, you're efficient enough, you have everything that you need within you. You are the manufacturer inside of you to accomplish all your dreams. You know, we spend a lifetime looking for everything we need externally. But at the end of the day, those that are successful or those that fail will tell you that everything that you need is already within you. In fact, what I learned to be a true reality is that everything you need is right in front of you. Everything that you need is right in your mouth. In fact, that's so true that the Bible says that the power of life and death is in your tongue. So in essence, in other words, everything that you need is in your mouth. So I want you to speak positivity. I want you to get that in your spirit that you're big enough to do it. You just can't seem to get over that hump. You say to yourself, I'm big enough to do it. You're having issues at your job. You say to yourself, I'm big enough to do it. You're thinking about maybe transcending the world. I'm big enough to do it. You're like Roger Bannister. The world said, this is the ceiling. You can't go higher. You say, I'm big enough to do it. Things don't seem to be working out the way you want them to. You say, it will work out for me because I'm big enough to do it. You're faced with adversities and challenges. You're big enough to do it. You're somewhere in prison and you're thinking about transforming your life and coming home, and you're big enough to do it. You're in Australia, you're in China, you're around the world, you're in London, you're trying to accomplish getting your dream off the ground. You're big enough to do it. You are like Michael Dell. You can turn that $1,000 or that $2 into $27.2 billion because Michael Dell is no bigger than you, no better than you. What he did do is exercise a set of principles that transform the world, and that is having a vision and having a plan. What is your plan for your vision? You know, I heard a guy say, you know what? I try to tell people this fact, and that is that think about what you want and not what you don't have. Think about what you can do and not what you can't do. I heard a guy say, well, I can't lick the back of my neck. I'm like, You can't lick the back of your neck. What you mean you can't lick the back of your neck? Man, if I see you lick the back of your neck, I might sock you, man, and probably have to run. I can't lick the back of my neck. What you mean I can't? Come on, man. What is this? Huh? The Twilight Zone? I can't lick the back of my neck. Look, you got to work. You got to focus on the things that you can do, not the things you can't do. You probably can't lick the back of your neck. And don't be trying to be, I don't want to hear about you at the mall trying to lick the back of your neck. What you need to focus on and what you can do. You can get up 15 minutes earlier. You can turn that television off and start focusing and do like many of the successful people and commit to that. I'm going to spend 30 minutes a day on self-development. 30 minutes a day is 15 hours a month. If you spend 30 minutes a day, you can develop a positive attitude. You can increase your income. You can help families every day. Focus on the things you can do, not the things you can't do. And if you can't lick the back of your neck, it's okay. It's okay. If you can't lick your eyebrows and if you can't chew cans, that's okay. That's all right. You say like, I can't chew a Coke can, Michael Diamond. That's okay. That's all right. Please. I don't want you to bust all your teeth out. And I see you at the club trying to do the running man because you busted out all your teeth trying to chew a Coke can. Look, at the end of the day, we got to focus on what we can do and not what we can't do. Because I want you to understand the fact that 80% of your thoughts are negative anyway. And 95%, I want you to think about how many times are you going through a day thinking about what happened yesterday? How many times you going through a day thinking about what happened last week? How many times are you going through a day thinking about what happened to you when you was a child? How many people today are still troubled about, and I don't mean this insensitive, or getting beat down by their parents, or, having a negative thought. Here's one of the great lies in life. They say that sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt you.
For me and my family,
that's the biggest lie
and
out there.
I never could have made
are
money
still
like this
struggling with
without
what their mom
cryptocurrency.
or
I've never
dad said
made
to them
any
when
type
they
of
were a
income
child.
this
You ain't
quickly,
nothing.
and
You ain't
being
gonna
able to
never
have
be
months where
nothing.
you make
You're a bum. You're gonna be
$25,000.
just like your daddy. Some people are still haunted by those cruel words that people have spoken into people's life, and people are still regurgitating those thoughts. So you have to control your thought life. If you're going to control your success, you have to control your thought life. You have to be cognizant of the fact that 80% of my thoughts have the potential to be negative. So you have to fight that. You have to be aware of the fact that 95% of my thoughts are recycled. You have to be aware that you have a window of space that you can put in positivity, and you've got to be vigilant and diligent and effective in putting in positivity yourself. They've got a saying, garbage in, garbage out, garbage in, garbage out. I had this epiphany, and I had this dream. It was a riddle wrapped into an enigma. And I was at this fancy hotel. I think I might have been at the Ritz-Carlton, and I had been shopping. And I want to share this riddle wrapped in an enigma. And I woke up, I had an appointment. I had in my mind, in my dream, it was a dream, but I had an appointment first thing in the morning. It was a super important appointment. And I had to be there at 7:30, 8 o'clock, first thing in the morning. So when I got up that next morning, this is all a dream now. When I got up that morning, I had been shopping. And I had been shopping while I was on this trip, and I had all these bags. And I was carrying these bags around like Linus, carrying around this blanket. I was carrying these bags everywhere I went. So in that morning when I was getting ready, I got all the bags together. I got myself together. I come out, the hallway was beautiful, beautiful hallway, beautiful scent. The carpets were very expensive, very plush. And I was running down the hall. I could see that the elevator was closing. So I was diligently trying to get down the hallway to catch the elevator. And as the elevator was closing, I had all these bags under my arm. I was holding bags, and the elevator was closing. And I reached my hand in the elevator and I caught the elevator. Have you ever had that experience where the elevator is closing and you put your hand in and you catch the elevator? That was the experience. I caught the elevator. The door opened up real slowly. And as the door opened up, it only opened up about that much. It only opened up about a foot, about 11, 12 inches, maybe that. And I kept trying to get the door open. I kept trying to get the door open. I couldn't get the door open. And I realized that at that point, if I was going to make this appointment in time, if I was going to get through this portal and get to this appointment, I realized I kept trying to get the bags through. I kept trying to squeeze the bags through. I couldn't get the bags through. I was frustrated. Finally, I just dropped the damn bags and I squeezed my way through the elevator. I got in the elevator and I made it up to the floor only to realize I had awakened. And when I woke up, I realized it was an enigma wrapped in a riddle. And the reality was the bags I was carrying around were all my bad habits. It was all the negativity that I had been carrying around since my childhood. And the elevator represented a portal in time, like you're faced with right now, that you've got to, I realized that in order for me to get through to this portal in time, and in order for me to become a new me, I had to drop the bags. And I want to share with you today that it may be time for you to drop your bags. It may be time for you to let go of the things that you've been carrying around your whole life. And it turned out that the things that I dropped, I felt freer. I was better for it. I was a better man because I let them go. And that day turned into a celebration for me. And I realized at that point that there was more in me that I needed to empty out. Maybe you need to empty out some things. Maybe you've got some negativity that you need to let go. Maybe there's some unforgiveness in you that you need to forgive. Maybe there's some baggage that you've been carrying around that you got to let go in order to get to that new portal, to shatter through your glass ceiling and reach in the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. Success is not something that's inherited. Success belongs to you. You have everything that you need within inside you to be everything that you want to be. You're big enough to do it. You have all the right stuff. I want you to put your right hand over your heart, and I want you to say this after me. Put your right hand over your heart. Put your right hand over your heart. And I want you to say, I'm big enough to do it. I'm big enough to do it. I can accomplish my dreams. I can live my dream. I'm big enough to do it. I can love more. I can give more. I can be more. I forgive myself. For every stupid mistake I've made, I forgive myself. And I won't carry around no more baggage, not another day. I'm free, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. I'm transforming my world and I'm living the good life because I'm big enough to do it. Give yourself a hand. I'm proud of you. Give yourself a hand. I'm big enough to do it. Sometimes we gotta just let go. We gotta drop the baggage and we gotta get through that portal because you're big enough to do it. I believe in you. You've got greatness in you. And I want you to know that the me I see, I can be. The me you see, you can be. You can lose that weight. You can have a great attitude. You can forgive people. You don't have to go off like a Smith & Wesson's every time somebody pisses you off. You can laugh at people. You can laugh at situations. You can laugh at your children. And most importantly, you can laugh at yourself. You know, in closing, I realized that part of my biggest challenge in success wasn't other people. It was me. It was all my personal hangups. It wasn't the guy driving down the freeway that told me, bonfire, and I'm like, bonfire, you man, I'm gonna run you off the road. No, I learned to laugh at things. I learned to forgive people. You know, I learned to realize that really, if it's to be, it's up to me. I realized that, yes, it's hard. Being successful, losing weight, accomplishing the dreams you want, yes, it's hard initially. And I want to emphasize that because people of success always try to drill in how hard something is. when I used to bodybuild years ago in the military, you know, I used to warm up. You know, it started out just trying to lift 100 pounds, like, oh my God, somebody spot me. It wasn't long that I was lifting 150 pounds, 180 pounds. I was bench pressing 225 pounds. I was bench pressing almost 300 pounds. It started out hard. So I want you to understand that yes, it's hard. Accept that. Yes, it's hard initially. Don't forget the initially part, because whatever starts out hard, we acclimate to. Just like it used to be really hard to be negative all the time. And some people are just negative and nasty all the time. Sometimes you go in the store and you ask somebody, can you help me, please? What is it? You're like, oh my God, you're having a bad day, aren't you? And they're like, no, I'm not having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day. Like, okay, all right. Why don't you try to lick the back of your neck then? Why don't you try to lick the back of your neck? Go ahead, try that then, since you're so cool. Lick the back of your neck. How about that? So, you know, one thing I want you to realize is that you've got wealth and greatness inside. Desiree, stop laughing so hard. You got greatness inside of you. You can do this. I want you to understand 8 keys I'm going to give you, 8 golden keys to help you to be big enough to do your dreams. Remember that it's possible. Say that to yourself every day. It's possible. It's possible, and I deserve it. Say that. And say that with me. It's possible, and I deserve it. Whatever that is that you want to aspire to, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, always say throughout your day, it's possible, and I deserve it. You know, when I worked for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, Solar City, Elon Musk's corporation, I was the corporate developer and trainer, and people used to think I was absolutely fanatical. But I would walk around the building all day saying, it's possible and I deserve it. It's possible and I deserve it. And I changed the corporate structure of Solar City by coming in every day saying, it's a big day today, huge day today, big day. Give yourself permission to have a big day today. Tell yourself every day, it's a big day today, a big day. It's possible and I deserve it. And I want you to understand this one. Say this one. Accept that it's hard, but it gets easier. I want you to understand that. Focus on the actions that you can take and the things that you can do. I made humor of it earlier. Make a point to stop thinking about and saying what you don't have. You know, I just don't seem to have enough right now. I just don't seem to have enough to do it. I don't really have enough to accomplish it. I'm trying to get it done, but I just don't seem to have enough. In fact, this time next year, when I don't have no money, stop talking scarcity. Stop operating in scarcity and saying what you don't have, and say all the resources that I need are at my fingertips. The things that I need are coming to me. The resources that I need are coming to me. And then I want you to ditch negativity. If you have a tendency to find yourself just being negative, ditch negativity and get and watch your self-conversation. Watch your internal conversation. I believe that those that are most successful have the ability and have concentrated on their internal conversation. So watch your internal conversation. Make sure that you're not walking around all day talking about, you know, it's so bad, woe is me. You know what? Everything is so negative. You kids is getting on my damn nerves, and everybody's on your nerves, and I'm just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of that. You're so sick and tired. In fact, I remember when I started controlling my subconscious mind, I caught myself and I had to get a list of never agains. I want you to write a list of never agains. I'm never again going to say, you know what? I'm so fat. I'm just so sick of myself. You got to find a list of never agains. I'm never going to say again that, you know what? I hear people say, I'm so tired, girl, I could just fall out and die. Now, you know you're not that tired. You know you're not that tired. I'm so tired, I could just lay here and fall out and die, girl. I'm so tired. Man, I'm so tired. I'm just sick and tired. Stop saying you're sick and tired and start saying to yourself, I'm big enough to do it. I'm big enough to do it. I got the right stuff to make it. I'm a winner. I want you to feel the fear of transformation and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Remember, when you get weary, and we all get weary, fall into the arms of the Most High God. Trust God. At the end of the day, trust God. Trust God, because you and God is a winning combination. Because I can tell you something, God will never leave you nor forsake you. And in your worst moments, you got to trust God. We got to lean on God. We got to trust God, because his all sufficiency is more than capable of superseding all natural events. God is able. He's able to transform you, replenish you. I like his covenant in Isaiah 41:10. It says, fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yes, I will help thee. Yes, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. You know, God, we got to follow God, because Romans 4:17 says, even God who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things that be not as though they were. You call yourself a winner. You call yourself a champion. Joel 3:10 says, let the weak say I'm strong. Let the weak say I'm strong. So it's okay when you're having your worst day to say, I'm a champion and I'm big enough to do this. And I want you to remember as I close, it's time for you to create your world. It's time for you to speak your world into existence. I want you to remember that you are invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. You are unstoppable, and you are big enough to do this. Speak to your world, create your world, and know that it's time for you to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach into the lion's mouth, and take what belongs to you. My name is Michael Dyamond, international motivational speaker, master sales trainer, and expert in personal development. And I just want you to know you're big enough to do it, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.
Holla, holla.
Holla, holla, holla. Everybody say thank you to Michael Dyamond. Unmute yourself.
Holla.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you, Michael.
And I know I needed that dosage today, Diamond. I needed that. Appreciate that, brother.
Oh, you're
I
so
really
welcome.
appreciate
I
that.
just want to answer a couple of quick questions. Anybody have any questions? What are you struggling with? What's going on with you? Let me help.
Baby, ain't no struggle over here, man. We got those confessions locked in our subconscious, and every day, everything we need is coming to us.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
What are some of the challenges?
Peace of mind, right? Meditation before vomiting, you know?
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Ain't nothing else, though. Ain't nothing else, though. Everything we need is on our way to us, you know? As long as we stay
Absolutely.
deep, our work.
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. How have you been doing, Desiree?
I'm working on some positive things, Michael, trying to get some, get the ball rolling on some investments that I'm trying to do with my team. And I've had a challenge, and I'm still dealing with it, but I'm just trying to figure out how to work my app so it can work for me. You know what I'm saying? And
that's right.
And so through all of it's been a lot of negative energy around me, but through all of that, I've dismissed it and I've just kept pushing forward. I had some news today about one of my nephews that had a stroke and he had to have a surgery yesterday. And so I need you all to pray for him. He's like 14 years old and he had a stroke.
Wow,
and
okay.
he had to have surgery. So my family's dealing with that. But, you know, Michael, like you said, look to our higher God. Jehovah has it all. He has it all, and he's going to give me the strength, and just like any of us gives us the strength to muster through it all. So yes, this has been really good for me. I missed you last week, but I was going through some things and I just couldn't get on. But I was determined to be on this week because I need this energy, that power energy. I need
powerful energy.
Yes.
I'm so glad, Desiree. I'm so glad. I missed you too. I felt like like we was going through a divorce, girl. I missed you. Betty, how you doing? How's everything going with you? Betsy, how's everything going with you?
Oh, okay. I'm working through some health issues right now
Okay.
that we can't find an answer for.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep you in prayer, Betsy. One of the things I'm gonna do a series maybe next week on it, on the art of taking care of ourselves. You know, remember that our bodies are 80 to 83% water, in some instances higher. The liver, the kidney, our intestines, all that is water. Your heart, water. Even down to your bones, 33% water. And I hear people say, well, I don't like water. Well, you got to drink a lot of water. Oftentimes, like me, I drink 72 ounces of water a day. And you got to drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of water. If you drink a lot of water, it'll overcome. That water will flush out a lot of infections, a lot of crazy things in your body. It'll clean out your lower and small, your small and large intestines. It'll clean out your liver. It'll clean out your kidneys. It'll flush your eyes, your brain, all that stuff. So start there. Start with drinking a lot of water. And we've got to focus on taking care of ourselves. I do want you to know that I'm standing in the gap for you guys and I'm praying for you. So feel free anytime to send me an email or anything specific that I can pray for you about. Feel free to reach out to me. Anyone that is new, always go to my website, www.michaeldiamond.us, request one of my free series, and I'll send you a free motivational series and some great stuff. Just know that I'm always here for you. Albert, how's everything going with you? How's everything going?
Really good. I've been working with Dr. Troy, who's a naturopath chiropractor. He's on the call today right now. But I've been studying that book, A Course in Miracles, and just realizing more and more that what is important, you know, because for me, I struggle with people not keeping their word, right? And yet, as Troy reminds me all the time, it must be what you want, because that's what you're getting. And I'm like, no. And so I'm also working with the Wim Hof breathing techniques in the morning. Every day I'm doing a 30-day challenge of just breathing and holding my, doing the cold exposure and stuff like that. But right now, I think health-wise, I have this feeling like I'm underwater in my ear. And sometimes I'll touch my ear and I'll have some fluid that comes out. And I've seen doctors for it, but I have a feeling that I don't know if I need to go get a CAT scan or what. But I also know that our minds are powerful and that we can change it just by believing that we're healthy. So I keep telling myself I have everything I need. There's nothing that I lack, because if I think I need something, it's because I have a belief that states that I lack. So,
well, I'm glad you shared that, Albert. I want to chronologically go backwards to your comments. I used to have a tough time and still do with punctuality and people not keeping their words. And a lot of that also is an opportunity for us to love on people, because there's so many people that just don't have that standard of excellence. And it's really an opportunity to share with people, you know what? You're going to make it. You're going to do it. Sometimes we all have this opportunity to show our dissatisfaction with people and how they've let us down. And oftentimes, if we just sustain our standard, people will rise to it. I learned that in business because I had a client once that I gave so many hours to, and then they just disappeared on me. And I was ready to let them have it. And I was like, you know what? You didn't keep your word. I'm thinking to myself, you didn't keep your word. And then the person told me that their grandmother died. They had to go to Texas and they were at a funeral. And here I am all worked up about what's going on with them. And I just learned that if we can be a standard bearer, my kid's mom died 25, almost 30 years ago. I raised 4 kids by myself. And I'll never forget, you know, with the kids standing outside the door when she was dying and they were crying and all of that. And I had to realize that I had to be something I never was before. And that was a full-time parent and everything. And the kids, I would find the kids would let me down, and I didn't have that same sensitivity that their mom did. Their mom could just give them a hug, put them up against her breast, and they just felt better. You know, come here, kids. You're gonna get better. I was a dad. I'm ready to slap you. You didn't do what you said. I'm gonna slap you. That's you. Slap you upside your head. I'm a dad. I'm ready to shake you up. And I had to learn to get sensitive and patient, and that spilled over in my business. And so, being patient with people will lower the cortisone levels in yourself, because oftentimes our suppressed disappointments in others releases cortisone in us and causes us to have a chemical imbalance. So by being a standard bearer, being more conscious, being more patient with people, being more loving, letting things go allows us to be healthier. And we have to be vigilant with our health. So even though we live in a land of miracles and we are the miracles, we still have to kind of lean on science for them to give us our feedback, so then we can take the necessary measures. I can say you look great, though. You look great, Albert, and I want you to know I'm proud of you. If nobody told you today, I want you to know that I love you. I love you, and I care about you, and I care about you, Betsy, and I care about all of you. I love you, Desiree. I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and I care about you. Mike, talk to me.
Firstly, I just want to say thank you for everything that you do for all of us in this community. We really appreciate you and look forward to a great week, because you really, with God's help, you really bring out the best in everyone. I'm just going through a couple of personal things I'm getting through, trying to use the technology to help us get through it and everything like that. And just keep on keeping on, keeping plugged into everything, and just trying to live every day to the fullest and help people out.
That's beautiful, Mike. That's beautiful. You know, you look like a Marlboro guy. You know that? You look like the Marlboro commercial, strong bronze man or something, you know? You know, that's beautiful. And thank you so much, Michael. I really do. And I'm getting so excited, I might lick the back of my neck. But I want to say, I got some real issues, you guys. I'm serious. I want to say that I'm proud of you. And I just want you to know that, you know, one of my favorite movies is What About Bob? I don't know if anybody ever seen the movie What About Bob, but if you haven't, rent it, because laughter is medicine, and What About Bob will make you crack up. But one of the things in that movie is he eliminates the word trying. And I want you to consider incorporating what I'm doing is I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm doing the best I can with the time I have, and I'm really investing myself in the things that are best for me. And I'm putting one foot forward, and things are getting better every day. I'm noticing that things are getting better. I'm getting stronger. And what that does, Mike, is that your subconscious mind is listening. Its fiduciary responsibility, Mike, is to bring forth to manifestation whatever you say. That's why when I wake in the morning, I say this, that I wake each morning full of energy and vitality, anxious to enjoy another day. And my subconscious mind is like, you're tired as hell. What do you mean? You're dragging out of bed. What are you talking about? My body's like, are you serious? You are dragging out of bed. You roll over the bed into the floor. And I hit the floor, hit my head, and I say, I wake each morning full of energy and vitality, anxious to enjoy another day. and my subconscious mind starts releasing the right chemicals into my body. That's its fiduciary responsibility. That's why when you get angry, when we get angry, we release all those chemicals and we get upset. That's why the Bible says, God's word says in Proverbs 16:32, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. So try your best to incorporate power words. Hit the delete button every time you hear yourself say try, because when you try, it's really it's a filler word that I don't know if I will or not. I'll try to meet you there at 5. When people say to me, hey, Diamond, I'm going to try to meet you there at 5 o'clock tomorrow, what they're really saying is, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'll try to see if I can give you a call sometime next week. Really, that's a filler word that we adopt. We inherit these words. So try to be cognizant of that, because I see greatness in you, Mike. It's all over your face. You're a winner. Desiree, you are really smiling. Jessica, what's going on with you?
Hey, I'm good. Just I was working. Hello. Just waiting for my baby to go in her dance class.
There you go. There you go.
Doing
How
great.
have you been managing lately, Jessica?
I've been managing. I work a lot, so I just be working all day, getting things together, knowing this business a little
Excellent.
more. Look, she wants to say hello.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
That's your little princess, huh?
Yeah. But
Oh, excellent. Well, you're gonna do.
I try to stay positive. I always been like that since I was a child. Always wanted everybody around me, all my friends, to be happy, and I do positive affirmations with her. And I try to myself, but I definitely do it with her. I tell her that tell herself I'm beautiful, I'm awesome, I'm powerful, and you know, I do those things. So I really, really enjoyed this. It was really nice.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, like they say in the 12 steps, keep coming, keep coming. I heard it again. Mike, did you hear the try word? Once you start being cognizant of it, Jessica, you're a winner. And I used to, instead of telling my kids, you little bald-headed, you're getting on my nerves, I'm just ready to kill y'all, I'm ready to strangle y'all.
Oh
I
my
used to
God, when
say,
you
come here,
said
you
that,
little
that is
pussy.
me. I try to work it. I try to work on it so bad. That is so me.
Yes. I know, I was guilty. I raised 4 kids. My kids now are 700 years old. But I remember, because I believe parents learn how to stutter. Parents learn how to stutter from their kids. Because I used to argue with my wife that passed. I used to say things with her like, you know what? All you do is stay home with the kids all day. I'm the one that goes to work every day. I work all day. All you do is stay at home. And she used to get so upset with me, and y'all forgive me. She used to get so upset. She used to say, Michael, you have no idea. You go to work, come home, throw your clothes around here. I have to cook, clean, take care of the kids. My work is never done. I was like, woman, be quiet, please. Go on, shut up somewhere. Until she died, and then I became her. Put that down. Come here. I start. Come here. Put that down. Come here. Get the kitchen cleaned up. I thought I told you to clean the kitchen. I thought I told you to get your room. Get this cleaned up in here. I'm not playing. I would be calling the kids the wrong name. Instead of calling Sean, I'd be calling Sean, and it's my deal. My son be saying, I'm not Sean. You know who I'm talking to, boy. Get over here. You know who I'm talking to. And so we do have to not only give positive affirmations to our children, we need them ourselves. We need to look in the mirror and tell ourselves, you know what? I love you. I'm proud of you. Because sometimes we go a whole day and nobody tells us, I'm proud of you, that I love you, that I care about you, and that everything's going to be all right. And, you know, as I shared with you, and you can Google this information, and that is that, you know, 80% of our thoughts are negative because negative experiences burn ourselves into our memory. And we survive our families, we survive our childhood, but we don't get taught how to delete the negativity. And I want to teach you how to do that. I want to teach you how to collapse time frames. I want to teach you how to stop releasing cortisone in your body. I want to teach you how to heal. I want to teach you how to be positive. In fact, sometimes I'm so positive, people think you on drugs or something, man. Did you smoke one before you came in here? Because you just too damn happy. You know, they think, did you do a line? Did you do a line or something, man? You had to do something, G. You had to go in the back and do one, didn't you? And I'm like, no, man, I have just trained myself because at the end of the day, y'all, it's healthier to be positive than it is to be negative. I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way from abusing myself, drinking way too much, you know, and so I know, but I love you guys. I'm proud of you. You know, I believe in you. You're going to shatter through your glass ceiling, reach in the lion's mouth and take what belongs to you. When I look at you guys' faces, you look amazing. And I'm so proud of you. So I want you guys to have a powerful week. Know that you're big enough to do it. You know, I love in one of Jay-Z's songs, he says that. I'm big enough to do it. I love that when Jay-Z says that. Meet me at the Trump International. I ain't scared of you. I'm big enough to do it. So I want you to realize that you're big enough to do it. You're a winner. You're a champion. And always remember that you're invincible, unstoppable, too powerful to be defeated, too powerful to be overcome. You are incapable of being conquered, defeated, or subdued. You are more than a conqueror. You are a champion. You are big enough to do it.
Whoa. Cut. That was bomb, bro. I love it right there. We're going to edit that part. I'm even throwing Jay-Z for you, Diamond. Throw in Jay-Z on this. I'm going to throw it in. So I really appreciate everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing time. You get some good notes. You know, look out for the recording here. We're going to do a little razzle dazzle on here for Diamond, you know, for sure. And get this out to your teams, guys, because they need to hear this. And we do this every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Show up to grow up. Mind power, mind food, guys. Peace and abundance and light and prosperity. See you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.
Blessings.
AI Global Legends.
Trump dummy, Trump dummy, Trump dummy.